We are live. Whoop, whoop. Welcome back. Hey, Shelly,
Hello.
take it away today.
Hey friends, happy Tuesday. Are you guys ready to get into some more lies? I know I'm ready to expose some lies because I'm fired up about this topic. I told Jess you might want to restrain me because I'm feeling kind of feisty today. So we welcome you if you are watching live with us, and just type hashtag live. And if you are watching on the replay, type hashtag replay so that we know that you're with us and that you're hearing us and that we're adding value to you. And just making sure that I am live in all the places. And so today is lie number 2, which is that you have to have a high ticket offer to be successful. Type a 1 in the chat if you have ever heard in any coaching circles that you have to have a high ticket offer to be a successful coach. High ticket is generally, anywhere, 3,000 upwards. I've heard of coaching programs up to $30,000. I know myself personally, I have invested in several high ticket coaching programs in my pursuit of being an awesome coach and adding value and impact in changing the world. And so lie number 1 or number 2 is that you do not have to have a high ticket offer. And praise hands in the comments if you think that's good news, because that I have to have a high ticket offer thing freaked me out personally when I was a brand new coach. Did it freak you out, Jess?
It totally freaked me out. And what I will tell you is that number one, it freaked me out because they were encouraging me to just go ahead and create it. Like, just create it, right? Like, we all have these great ideas. We all have these things that we have in our minds that we want to share with the world. And they're like, well, go create a high ticket offer and sell it for a lot of money. And I was thinking about, like, who are we even to be dropping lies on, or these lies on you, right? Like, who are we to be exposing these lies? So my name is Jessica Smith dos Santos, and I will absolutely tell you that I invested in high price ticket coaching. I spent $30,000 in 3 years in a business course. And guess what I had afterwards? I had an expensive hobby that was not creating impact and not generating income. So I am a result of a high ticket purchase that did not lead to a high ticket result. My expectation was that after $30,000 in 3 years, I had a business that was going to generate income and impact to allow me to retire from a nursing career. And I didn't have that. And then I invested in a program that was like, I don't even know percentages, like 0.5% of the cost that I invested. And within 8 months, I had a thriving business and I retired. It was literally night and day. So that, like, number one, blew the myth right out of the water. Yeah. I've been a full-time health coach for 3 years. I actually gave my nursing license back to the state and said, no, thank you, because I'm making a bigger impact with what I do. So Shelly, tell us a little bit about why you are credible to even be dropping lies on our fans today.
Yeah. Well, much like you, Jess, I invested, I spent $6,000 to go to coaching school, became a whole health educator, whole health coach, whole health patient advocate, certified Enneagram coach. I have all this list of certifications, invested all this money. I also, which I did not say, invested $8,000 into a business coaching program. And like 8 weeks later, they filed bankruptcy and closed the doors. And and she was $1 million coach, right? $1 million earner, and doing all the things, and was going to help me to be a successful coach. And then 8 weeks later files bankruptcy, never hear anything more, never get refunded my money, none of it. Okay. And then, So I've also in a very, very high ticket coaching program for business owners. And so I have peeked behind the curtain and I know all the things. So that's what gives me the experience with maybe what you have experienced with investing and then not creating. But I personally also coach the same program that Jessica coaches. And within 6 months of me meeting my mentor and using this model, within 6 months was able to replace my nursing income and leave nursing. And more importantly, I was able to do that while making an impact in changing people's lives, which is what I wanted to do. I did not want to just make money. I wanted to change people's lives. I wanted to help people in the way that I had been helped. And so, so we've got kind of 3 bullet points for you today about why this lie it's a myth, why it's a lie, right? So number 1 is you are actually excluding your niche by charging thousands of dollars. Okay. So do you have $15,000? Are you investing $10,000? Are you doing that? You were 5 years ago. If we go back to what we talked about yesterday about your story, when you were broke, busted, and disgusted, honey, did you have that kind of money to invest into a coaching program to be helped? I doubt it.
I would also say that I didn't even have the self-worth. I
Yeah.
didn't believe that I was worth a high ticket price. I didn't believe that I was worth the investment. And
Right.
if my business model right now was only focused on a high ticket price, I would be excluding the woman that I was. I would not be able to help my own niche because I didn't even believe I was worth it. Whether I had the resources or not, I did not believe I was worth it.
Right, exactly. Well, and yeah, for me, my health was so poor at one point in time, I wasn't even able to work because I was off work because I was so sick. And how was I going to? And my credit was ruined because we had we filed a deed in lieu of foreclosure on our house, which because of all the things that were happening in life, and that ruins your credit. It shows up on your credit like a bankruptcy. So for 7 years, I had horrible credit. Now I have excellent credit. Hallelujah. But get your credit score up, guys.
Right. So
Public service announcement.
Public service announcement, right on. So the second reason that having a high ticket program is a lie is because you have to have a program that creates predictable results. And the challenge with a high ticket program that you created, that you are rocking yourself, is you probably don't have any predictable results.
Right.
You might have this great idea. You might have a lot of research. You might have a lot of time. There's no doubt in my mind that what you have created is thoughtful, is heart-driven, is research-based. Like, there's no doubt that you did a freaking brilliant job trying to create this high ticket program.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have anybody that has gone through it, start to finish, who has had an incredible transformation? And on that note, how many people have you gotten to go through it, right? So when you think about the high ticket price, can you deliver that amount of value on your own back, right? Being the driver, being the one that leads the entire high ticket thing. And right now we are not speaking to the coach that has been in business for 10 years and has a rocking program and like the Tony Robbins, right? We're not we're not for him. We're not for Tony Robbins. We are for the coach that has done all the things, who has gone through the coaching programs, or maybe who is brand spanking new and is like, how do I even get started? Oh, I need a high ticket program. Like, how do I do that? And I'll straight up tell you, I did that. I created a high ticket program, and guess what? The marketing that it takes to go find the client that will pay that kind of money was enough to make me quit.
Yeah. And you're often doing that while you're working a full-time job or while you're trying to do 100 other things. And that doesn't work.
Yep. So I will also tell you that high ticket program, guess what I ended up doing? I discounted it. It was no longer high ticket so that people would actually sign up for it, right? So there's a couple of things. And the last thing I'll say about you need a program that creates predictable results is you hear all of this marketing out there about these coaches saying, I'll help you create your high ticket program so you can become a 6-figure coach, right? That's everywhere. And I'm going to straight up tell you that that is predatory. Yep. Stop falling for that, because it's what it's doing is it's painting a fantasy for you and it's playing on your ego.
Yep.
That kind of marketing is not what drives coaching to coaching businesses, not what drives coaches to create. We want to help people.
Right.
We care a whole lot less about a $10,000 income per month than we care about that one life that we were able to impact. So stop falling for that. Shelly, let's line up.
Newsflash, when you create impact for people and you change their life and they can afford your services, and you do that over and over again, and you have a right model in place, you do make that kind of money. You do. Okay. You can have all of that because we want to be abundant. We believe in abundance, but not just for ourselves. Not you, I'm going to be abundant and you just don't get to be abundant, right? We believe in abundance for all. We believe in service to mankind. We believe in physical, emotional, and financial health for all. For all, for the person that's on food stamps, for the person that's, sick, busted, broken, disgusted, right? For every person, we believe that it is possible to create those kind of results with our model. And can you say that about what you're doing?
I will say type a 5 into the chat if this resonates with you. If you're that person that's like, sure, I'd love to make $10,000 a month, but that doesn't resonate with me. My heart is to serve people. Type a 5 into the chat if that's your heart. Type a 1 into the chat if your heart is for that $10,000, because I'm actually curious how many of you are out there that are listening.
I would love to know, because you know what, when I got into coaching, it was such just like, I was willing to get paid less than I did as a nurse. I really was. I didn't know, guys, this sounds really crazy, but I didn't know that coaching was like this thing where everybody was like, oh, make money, make money, make money. Like we're used car salesmen or something. No, I'm not in alignment with that philosophy. Serve the people and serve their socks off and change their freaking life. And then you will make the dang money. Right? Do not go out there expecting money and all of this, when you haven't even changed a life yet. Come on. Okay. Sorry. I told you I'm feisty today. Okay. Number 3, bullet point is that you don't have a reputation. If you don't have a reputation for creating predictable results for the people that will do your program. Now you cannot say if they do the work or not, right? Because some people they won't do the work, right? No matter what you do for them, and they won't get the result. But for the person that is willing to do the work, have you created a reputation for yourself of creating predictable results for anybody that does your program that's willing to do the work? Okay. If you have not created a reputation for yourself, then you do not have any business out there charging high ticket, in my humble opinion. Because that is like me. I'm an artist. My brain works in art, and it's like, that's like me as an artist, brand new artist. My very first painting, actually had my very first painting for a very long time. I threw it away, but, me going out and charging $10,000 for this painting. I have no reputation. Nobody knows who I am. Not sold one single painting. And I'm going to go out on the street corner and sell my very first painting for $10,000 because I'm just so freaking awesome. That's playing to your ego. That is not service to mankind. That is service to yourself, in my opinion. Jess?
Yep. There's a second piece to that. And that is like, maybe you have rock solid branding and maybe you do have a reputation for yourself. Maybe people know you for one specific thing, but all they know is you talking about your thing. They don't see any testimonials. They don't see any success stories. The only success story they see is yours. Now, your success story is the thing that should lead the business. But if you do not have success stories to follow and all you're sharing is tips and tricks and your story because you've got amazing branding, you still haven't earned the right to create a high ticket program.
And the tips and tricks that you're sharing are somebody else's tips and tricks that you heard from somebody else. They ain't
Yeah,
even
there's
things
nothing
that
new.
you're doing. Are you even doing the things you're telling other people to do? Come on. I know your stuff. I know what's up. I talk to a lot of people. And Jess and I have helped many people create successful coaching businesses. We also help create health, emotional and physical health for people on the daily. This is our daily work. This is not like, we're telling you to do something that we have not done. This is the work we do on a daily basis.
Yep. So to wrap up, type a 10 in the chat if you would love to connect with us to explore what it could look like to create a coaching business that does not depend on a high ticket item. We're not saying that you cannot have a high ticket offer, but we are saying that creating a high ticket offer as your bread and butter is not where the party is at, because you are excluding so many people, and the work that it takes to sign up a client for that when you're brand spanking new and it's something that you just created is very, very difficult. And we are about keeping transformation simple, impactful, and profitable. And both of us have been from the previous model where we created our high ticket item. And now we're serving the socks off of people and creating abundance for ourselves without it. So I would love to invite you to join us, schedule with us, connect with us on social media. I'm going to put our contacts up on the screen, and we'll also type them in the chat of this post so that if this resonates with you and you want to explore what it could look like to expose those lies that you thought were working. And by the way, I'll just say, if what you knew was working, you would have what you wanted already, and you probably wouldn't be plugging into this content, right?
I want to ask you a what if question before we close. What if you can have the abundance of a high ticket offer that a high ticket offer creates? Okay, because that's why everybody wants the high ticket offer, because everybody knows you got to make money to be in business. That's how that's a business. If it's not that, then you have a charity. So you have to decide if you want a charity or if you want a business. We have businesses, but what if you could have the abundance of a high ticket offer without the high ticket offer model?
Teaser. Stay tuned for Friday. Friday that we're talking about that.
Yep.
What if?
With
Type
less
a yes.
work. With less work.
Yep. Type a yes in the chat if you want to know more
Type
about
a
that.
heck yes in the chat, honey. Heck yes.
Awesome, guys. We will see you tomorrow with lie number 3. Shelly, do you remember what lie number 3 is right off the top of your head?
Lie number 3 is,
Hold on, I got it right here.
Okay.
Right here. You need a website. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I got so much to say about this. You do not need a freaking website to have an amazing coaching business. Until tomorrow, y'all. Much love.